So I was just hearing this really weird sound that sounded like screeching, whirling dervishes, somewhere, which in our neighborhood translates to kids outside running, screaming, climbing trees, and having a great time, right? But I kind of looked outside and I didn't see anybody. And every time I would stop moving, I didn't hear it anymore. And every time I started moving, I heard it again. And it took a while for me to actually figure out that the thing that I was hearing that I thought were screaming, whirling dervishes running, jumping, climbing trees, and having fun were my rain boots squishing in such a way that it sounded like whirling dervishes, whatever whirling dervishes sound like. That literally just happened as I was turning on the camera, and it was weird, and it has nothing whatsoever to do with what we are making today. And I will tell you what we are making today in just a minute. But before I do, hello, I am Mrs. Soap and Clay. Let's make stuff. How's it going, Sudsers? Welcome back to the channel. You are at Soap and Clay, where we make all the soapy things, and you are here for day 223 of 365 days of soap, and today we are doing the bath bombs for two very interesting characters in the Grey's Anatomy world. We are making bath bombs for Arizona and Izzy. And Arizona's an interesting character for me because she used to annoy the shit out of me. Like, I just hated her and her wheelie sneaks, and I almost made the bath bombs look like wheelie sneaks, but I didn't because the bath bombs were actually made by the Soapprentice, and I didn't want to put that kind of hardness into her life. And Izzy, I have always hated. These are two very interesting characters in my life. Now, as I said, I am not making these bath bombs. These bath bombs are being made by one of the new Soapprentices, and this is her first time actually using the vacuum seal molds for bath bombs. And so I think we got these, I don't know, about 4 or 5 weeks ago at this point, from somebody is going to remind me where we got them from, because I know you guys actually do use them on the Etsy site thing, the vacuum molds, good supplier. Drop that below. Tell me where I got these things, because flew right out of my head. And this will be the Soapprentice's first time, playing with this. So we are going to talk about the vacuum molds, as well as the scents that we selected from Wellington for Arizona and Izzy, while she makes the bath bombs, and I talk about the characters that are Arizona and Izzy. And as I have said throughout this entire series, there may be spoilers in my commentary. So if you haven't watched Grey's Anatomy, and you think at some point you might, don't watch. But at this point, Grey's Anatomy has been on television for like 19,000 years. So I figure if you haven't watched it yet, you're probably not going to. So, let's go to the video, and again, forewarning, there might be spoilers. Happy Monday! It's actually a good Monday. Last Monday was a shit Monday. It was terrible. I broke everything in my house. It was not fun for me at all. It is fun for me? Watching the Soapprentice. Sorry, you're going to get crackly bits because I have to get a piece of paper out. But what is fun for me is watching the Soapprentice make some bath bombs. And right now she is making Arizona's bath bomb. Arizona Robins. And I had to get the piece of paper out because I forgot what we scented this with, because it's been a minute since we made these. And we scented it with French lime, a Joe Malone dupe from Wellington, because remember, we're doing nothing but dupes and cologne-y, perfumey type scents for the entire Grays line. And so, yeah, that's what we're doing. Well, that's what the Soapprentice is doing. And she's also going to be experiencing, for the first time ever, one of those vacuum mold thingies from the company that you guys have used. I've used them before too, and I don't remember what they are, but you guys, what the company's called. But you guys are wonderful at remembering those things, and so if you do, can you pretty please put them in the comments so we can give them some love? Also, we are using a red, like, bath bomb dye for these guys. And I never do that. Never. But I wanted this heart to bleed. And so we did that. And so these bombs, as a result, are going to turn your bath water really super dark red. Still the standard batch for these vacuum seals. And so 2 cups baking soda, ½ cup cornstarch, 1 cup citric acid, tablespoon of sunflower oil, tablespoon of water, and yeah, you know, like the scent, tablespoon of scent, and all the jazz. And the Soapprentice is figuring out how the vacuum molds work with all of this. And so essentially what she is doing is filling them up really, really big, really, really high, and then pressing them all down, and then just giving the bath bomb some love afterwards. Flip them over, tap, 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 so she can release it. And yeah, seemed to work out pretty well. Also, speaking of the Soapprentice, my God, I got the weirdest comments in the last bath bomb video. Like, one person commented, and then like 3 other people commented underneath that and was like, this is old footage. This is the old Soapprentice. And I'm like, what the shit are you even talking about, ma'am? Or sirs? Peoples? And it was like, they were like, yeah, same arms. It's totally the old Soapprentice. Also, that was dangerous as shit. And when I noticed she started using the fragrance to tap the freaking bombs down, and unfortunately I didn't realize it for quite a while. But once I did, I gave her a better tool to use, because that's terrifying. What if the cap came off on that and just fragrance oil just splooshed up into her face? How terrible would that be? Answer, very. Anyway, yeah, not the same arms, not the same Soapprentice, not the old Soapprentice. I don't know why anyone would think that I would, what am I, why would I lie about that? That's like the dumbest thing in the world. Georgia May is gone. She's doing her art channel. Go check it out. This is the new one. And it turns out there are more than one set of, you know, pale freckled arms in the world. I promise. So yeah, that right there though, editing this footage was just, I had to leave it in because I'm like, that's actually really hilarious. But once I did notice it, which again was far too late into this particular making of the products thing, because she did 2 different vacuum seal molds, one for Arizona and one for Izzy. I think I didn't realize it until the Izzy, and I'm like, here, take this. And I don't even know if we were filming at that time. Just looked over and went, oh, God, you're trying to kill yourself. It was good time. Good times were had by all, really. Yeah, vacuum seal molds, just pack them really, really firm. Flick them down. See, she became a pro at the end of all of that, even though there wasn't enough bath bomb powder to do anything with. I haven't talked about Arizona. It's okay. I still think I have time to talk about Arizona because I don't actually want to talk about Izzy. So, yeah, cool. Let's go with that. But anyway, for Izzy's bath bomb, guess we should talk about that. We are using Coco Mademoiselle, and it's another heart mold. But we're doing some fancy, like, little bath bomb painting on these after they're done getting, you know, mixed and whatnot. This was me flipping the camera to see if it worked, because the Soapprentice works on the opposite side of the table, really. It works okay. The angles are bad. This was before we hung everything from the ceiling as well, so it's all a thing. Izzy Stevens, yeah, she's annoying. I think I've talked about her before. I don't like Izzy, okay? I don't like her character. I don't like her lack of character development. I don't like that she, see? What are you doing? But the reason for this heart mold, actually, is because as part of Izzy's character development, she fell in love with the patient who was dying because he needed a new heart. And she did some crazy things, like cut his LVAD wires and, whatever. And then he died. She got a brain tumor and she actually died. Whoa, did you see that? Did you see that? She was like pumping the heart. Like, oh, come on. That's funny. But anyway, at some point during her brain tumor thing, she died. She actually did die. She died. And so the thought for the Soprentis was she wanted to make Izzy's bath bomb gold, like Izzy's hair, and then paint the little lifeline, symbol, heart monitor symbol, black. Because she flatlined. That was the thinking. This whole video is terrifying. Watching her shake up the fragrance oil and, I guess shaking the fragrance probably maybe not the best thing. We don't like that. Look at all the bubbles that are forming in there. But my focus really was, once I saw this, holy shit, what if the cap came off and it went all over your face? These are concentrated fragrance oils, ma'am. I really do love how she's like pressing the heart like she's doing CPR, though. That's really delightful. Yeah, Izzy Stevens, super sucks. Arizona Robin, she does not suck. Although she annoyed the crap out of me when she first came on the scene because she was annoying. She's all like toxic positivity and, well, she wasn't really toxic positivity. She was super positive, though, all of the time. And her wheelie sneaks and all that. Whatever, she was annoying. But then she started talking about saving the tiny humans, because that was her specialty. Pediatric surgery. She saved tiny humans. She replaced Addison, I'm pretty sure, in the show. When Addison left? Yeah. Okay, now on to the next day of this. And the next day is painting the mica lines onto the design of these vacuum molds so you can see the coolness. Now within this heart, it's a stethoscope. And isn't that awesome? Now, it's all zoomed in and a little bit, yeah, that's cute. She's very go, 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 do, 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 BBB. She was actually, during this, she was actually timing herself to see how long it would take her to do this, which I thought was very interesting and cool. And I liked it. And so I was there. I was part of that. I was down for that. She would call time and I would tell her what it was and it was fun. But yeah, so it's a cool stethoscope, which is, very fitting. It's Dr. Arizona Robbins, saving the lives of tiny humans. She ultimately ended up being a character that I super loved, but the way that she treated Callie at the end, I liked a whole lot less. I found that storyline to be very, very strange. But then Arizona left, and I don't remember why she left, and I ended up missing her. I don't remember why she left. I think in real life, it was rumored to have had something to do with Ellen Pompeo's massive salary increase, so they had to get rid of a couple people, which, if that's true, that's terrible. But I don't know. Those are just rumors. I cannot confirm. But those bath bombs, super cute. Arizona Robbins, a very talented, awesome person that actually helped Karev come out of his shell and realize what his specialty was and, got him into peds, which was excellent. And she was the wife of Callie Torres for quite some time. She lost her legs in the plane crash. And then, continued to be a surgeon and do the things. and had to work with prosthetics and learning all that, which is wild and cool and a really awesome part of the show to incorporate, because there are whole ass people who literally have to go through that and like relearn their lives all over again after losing a limb. And I don't feel like we talk about it enough or give them enough credit and strength for what it is that they've done, because that's freaking wild. I couldn't imagine. Now for Izzy's, again, it's the black, heartline, because she died. She flatlined at some point. And then she thankfully left the show, because I hate her. I don't like her. I don't like her character. I like Katherine Heigl. Like, I actually like Katherine Heigl quite a bit as an actress. And even when she was getting shit on following some of her comments after doing like Knocked Up and stuff, and how the movie was misogynistic, and people were like, Katherine Heigl is canceled. Turns out she was just ahead of her time. Because, yeah, that movie was misogynistic as shit. But, whatever. Like Katherine Heigl, do not like Izzy Stevens. Thought she was a very weak character. But I actually talked about that quite a bit in Karev's video for sure. And these bath bombs are actually very cool. And Coco Mademoiselle, again, it was selected because Izzy totally strikes me as a chick that would wear Chanel. Or more rather, would be the type that could not wait until she had enough money to buy Chanel. But not like a really good Chanel. Just a regular Chanel. So Coco Mademoiselle. But yeah, all of those bombs, super cute. Love them. And the Soapprentice had like really none problems with using the vacuum thingy molds for the first time. These bombs were all well formed. No issues with breakage or fragility. And we did not change our recipe at all for any of them. It's just we kind of modified the amount of pressure that we put onto, the actual packing than we normally would. So it all worked beautifully. And her first attempt with everything, with the vacuum molds, she did great. Super proud of her. Everybody tell the Soapprentice what an excellent job she did, because she did. That's day 223, Arizona and Izzy. And there they are, the Arizona and Izzy bath bombs. And as far as the vacuum sealed mold process goes, the Soapprentice got the hang of it very, very quickly. I especially love the little mica paint that she did on the outside of those. Really gave it a good kick. And I love how she decided to make Izzy's heartline black. Because Izzy did that thing. She died at some point. That happened. She's alive now. With Karev. Very mad about that whole thing. Again, I told you there were going to be spoilers. But yeah, they're very, very cute. The scent pairings on these were absolutely perfect. And Wellington has not failed to deliver on any of these scents so far. So I'm very happy with that. I'm also very happy with the colorants that we've been using from Midwest Soapery when we can use them. We have talked about this a few times during this series. A lot of their greens and blues cannot be used for bath bombs, which arguably, admittedly, kind of annoys me, but also new company. So what they have available now, hey, that's great. And as long as you pay attention to what's on their bags, they have little check marks as to what it can be used for. And don't use if it says not for bath bombs, usually the biggest reason is because it contains like a chromium, and that makes your bath bomb smell like sewer water. I've talked about it before. But yeah, that. If you just pay attention to that and don't use it for bath bombs, but use it for soap, you've seen those soap things and they've been great, right? Like all of the soaping tests with Midwest Soapery, they've been amazing. The Wellington fragrance has been great within all the soaps so far as well. So, I mean, we're just winning on this line just across the board, which makes me super happy. It's a good way to be easing into 2022. Easy. Like that. If you're interested in seeing, what else we do for the Grey's Anatomy line, and all the jazz, you should subscribe, click the button, do the things. For the sudsers who are interested in buying the Grey's Anatomy line, you can't have it. It's not ready, and my website isn't even back online yet. It's just not. I'm not ready to sell again yet, so I will definitely let you guys know. You guys will be the first to know, I'm sure, when that happens. But for now, the website is not up, and even if it were, I do not release the themed things until everything in that theme has been done and the videos have been delivered, so we still have a little bit of time before you guys can snag these. Either way, thank you so much for joining me for another round of 365 days of soap. I'm out of here for today, but I will see you guys all again tomorrow for another round of Grey's Anatomy soapy fun. Bye.